Hello everybody, welcome to Weighted to Win. It's lovely to be with you on this weekend as we look at the Saturday meet at Turffontein. We are on the inside track, 9 races to get through at Turffontein Racecourse, and race 1, of course, let's get straight to it because we've got a favourite in here called Total Protection, whom we believe is going to be hard to beat. You just reminded about our social media platforms where we're at Weighted to Win on Twitter, forracing.tv if you don't catch us on channel 240 on DSTV. We've also got a WhatsApp number, just by the way, where we have communication with you in terms of updates, just in case we got in too early. All right, let's get to the first. Darren Burrows joins me from Cape Town with Daryl Marie here in Johannesburg. Darren, I trust all well with you.
Yes, all good, Clyde. And starting with race 1, this is the best bet on the card, Total Protection. I thought last time from a deep draw, they slotted him into the back of the field, and I thought an unlucky loser. From a good draw, everything's going to be in his favor, and he should win quite comfortably. And I'm also taking a treble for the viewers if they want to follow. Total Protection into Castletown, into Baby Don't Hurt Me at 33-1.
Okay, that's interesting. Castletown and Baby Don't Hurt Me later on. Total Protection is the one to start with at 9-10 current odds, Daryl.
Yes, Clyde, I think that's because the form has been franked. On Thursday, we saw Ayaf Yala Yakul win from that form line. We're going to show the viewers the replay where he quickened extremely well from the back of the field to challenge the leader inside that final 400 and caught a little bit flat-footed and then found a second gear towards the end. I think he will take a power beating. I think he'll be followed up in the exacta position by number 7, Main Mission. Showed good improvements in his second start. We saw that form line being franked with St. Quentin. I know it was a work rider event, but it has been franked with that winner in several places from there. And on a line through Big Guy, he holds Clap of Thunder quite convincingly. So it's 8 from 7 for me.
So Main Mission, the biggest danger. Let's have a look at this bet that we want to put up for you quickly. We'll take you straight to the recommendation, race 1 on the tote. You can use that QR code, remember, with your phone. Just go and scan the code, have a strike in the first race where we are going with Total Protection. Here's the rerun. We're going to show you that now. This is the last time when Total Protection moved up, and you'll see Total Protection on the outside. Watch it over here. At this stage, Total Protection's already made its move as Nao takes his full screen to the punter. You can have a look at it close up, and you'll see the Total Protection now goes on like it's going through strongly past the 200 or 300 meter mark, wanted to go through and win, but we thought the move was probably made too early, and I think Ryan Munger would agree. IF Yellow Yakul, as Daryl made reference to, the grey in front came to win just yesterday. This was Billy Bowlegs on the outside, does eventually get there, and Total Protection does seem to run on or stay on well at the end despite making an early move. That's the one to beat, the opener at Turffontein. On to race number 2 now. Let's get over this. It's a mile on the inside track at around 20-1. The show being recorded on the Friday. And Tabby Cat, when we recorded it from the Azzy Yard, is currently 12. Well, was it 12-10. Second choice, Stewie Pettigrew's number 1, Nice Move, 16-10. And then Skyfall, 5-1, bar those 2. Darren Burrows on the line from Cape Town. Let's chat about the second race, Darren. Get some bipot information so we can get that up and running on the Saturday afternoon. 2-horse race?
I thought a 2-horse race. Tabby Cat, she showed nothing in her first 2 starts over 1,000 meters. When stepped up to the mile, good improvement behind the highly regarded Ipso Facto and should take some beating. But Nice Move is having a third run after a lengthy layoff. And I think she'll be spot on for this race. So between 1 and 8.
Between 1 and 8, those two, Darren side. Daryl?
Yes, Clyde, Tabby Cat certainly benefited from her time off the track. I think she was off for 4 months. Finished well clear of the third place runner on that occasion. The fourth place runner came out and ran second in her next start, Light of Day. So, like Darren touched on, beaten by a highly regarded filly last time out. It's my favourite filly in training, Ipso Facto. Half sister to Amsterdam should get it right, in my opinion. A nice move, thumped by a 2-year-old that hasn't really set the tracks alight, Rock the Fox. So I expect Tabby Cat to get the better of her. And then Skyfall, Clyde, and Dr. Taliot and Fani Broncos, they can't do anything wrong at the moment. I know she brings weaker form lines into the race, but she is one to be considered because they can saddle the stable cats at the moment.
Yeah, they're flying, aren't they?
Yeah, so Tabby Cat, over Nice Move and Skyfall.
Okay, 816, pretty much how the market sees it. Here's what we're going to do, race 2 on the tote for you guys. We recommend Darren's buy pot. Darren Burrows has worked out a buy pot for us. And Darren, that's what's that costing you? 60 Rand a time, right?
60 Rand a time. I've bankered Castletown, and I've also bankered my value bet on the card a bit later. Baby, don't hurt me.
Okay, that's race 2. Get the buy pot on. Well, Flying First Class or Lamborghini, which one? Well, the marker's not sure. 5-2 the pair. Arlington Action not out of it. Number 7 on the card is at 4-1. 5-1 number 2 White Fang. Last time you remember, almost well start to finish kind of tactics, and then 10-1 bar the 4. Let's go to Darren in Cape. I want to start with you, Darren. I kind of like Arlington Action myself. What do you like?
Well, I thought between numbers 2, 4, 5, and 7. Now, White Fang, he likes to put the field on the stretch. He skips a couple of lengths clear. He loves course and distance, but he is giving weight away to horses like Lamborghini. That's going to track his every move. He likes to go handy. But then again, Flying First Class is now 5.5 kilos better off with Lamborghini for a length and a quarter beating. And then Arlington Action also comes into the race off that form line. So between those 4 runners.
Yeah, I like the Arlington Action based on the Lamborghini run and what I saw in running. You, Daryl?
Clyde, you know, White Fang last time out got a peach of a ride.
Yes.
He got to the front, slowed it down, and from about the 800, he started picking it up, and he just caught them on the break. That's not going to happen today, Clyde. You got Lamborghini in the race with 50 kilograms to shoulder. I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to go to the head of affairs with him, and he's not one that can really crawl and sprint. So they're going to, with that type of weight on his back, they're going to make it, they're going to make them, carry their weight. Yeah. But on paper, Flying First Class has to be the right one. You know, last time out, she loomed up extremely dangerously on his inside, Clyde. It looked like she was going to go through and win it. And Darren's touched on the weight reversal. So I'm leaning towards the 4 over the 5. I can't have anything else, to be quite honest.
Okay, don't leave out Arlington, you'll be sorry. Race number 3. Let's get to the place accumulators now. We're going banker. This is Daryl's PA. Daryl confident enough to bank a Flying First Class. You've got quite a few bankers early on, Daryl.
Yes, we also bankering number 4, You Can't Hurry Love in the second leg, and number 6, Sound of Summer in the third leg. And in the last leg, we're bankering number 9, Silly Fella.
Race number 4 is a handicap, and they're going over the 2,000 metres. Just remember, we are on the inside track here. We're doing the show on the Friday, and when doing it, Jamila was top of the boards at 7-2, 4-1 number 2, Origami, and 9-2 number 9, Raise a Hallelujah, and then 11-2 number 4, You Can't Hurry Love. One of those races, I guess, Darren, talk about it, that I think you're going to have to go as wide as one can. What have you decided to do first leg of the Pick 6?
Well, I narrowed this race down to 3 runners. Now, Jamala, he's done absolutely nothing wrong on the high fault. Over the 2,000-meter trip, 2 from 2 in his last 2 starts. And even with the rating gone up, I think he's a big runner. Raise a Hallelujah, good comeback run. It was like a sprint up over 1,500 for him. And he was staying on strongly from the back of the field. And he should come on over this trip. And then You Can't Hurry Love. Now, back in the day, we would have thought this horse was a top division horse, and he hasn't quite gone through with it. But in this type of company, he has to be considered.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. He's running, of course, with Naval Guard, etc. He moved within 2 or 3 lengths of that leader that day. I suppose got to have a chance. I don't know. I don't like the race personally. What do you think?
Clyde, I'm taking my chances with number 4. Yeah, You Can't Hurry Love. Now he's back in a handicap. Clyde, I think this race is really going to be a run to suit him. I see a hot pace over here with the likes of the stable companion Twin Turbo in there. I think he's going to stretch them out, and I actually think he's better on the inside track. I'm expecting him to reverse that form with Origami. I know he's held on paper and he's worse off at the weights, but I really believe the switch to the inside track with a hot pace, we're going to see a form reversal over here. So I'm going to tip him ahead of the likes of Origami. Health respect for Jaimala. The only negative with regards to his chances is he has gone up in the ratings. He's now for 88 and taking on stronger company, but he's been impressive up here on the half veld.
Okay, well, you can't hurry love, perhaps, from Daryl's side. Darren's got a couple. We're going to go with a pick six first leg now. Let's go to the tote and scan our code, where we have gone as wide as we can. Well, those that we think will win anyway. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9 from our perspective. But remember that you can change your bet. You can add, take out, do whatever you. This is just a guide. You spend any amount that you think that you can afford or that would you like to spend on the day. It's all about really just participating. Even if you've got a ticket for whatever percentage, no ticket, no win. That's what they say. This full cost 3,600, and those are the numbers on your screen. Time now for race number 5. It's run over the mile. Sound of Summer was favourite when we did the show Friday at 18 to 10. Second choice was Castletown at 19 to 10. And Darren, they bet 5 to bar those two. 2-horse race. I know earlier on you did say Castletown in the trebles. I'm assuming all remains the same.
Yes, Castletown. Now, he always gives me the impression that he's looking for a mile plus. If you see him win over 1,400 meters, he gets into the race very late and extends away from them. So I'm expecting him to win. I think he's a decent horse, and the penny's starting to drop, and we're going to see a lot more from Castletown in time to come. Over horses like Sound of Summer, Express from the US off his current rating can run a big race, and Out of the Darkness can fill the placings.
Yeah, I think you may well have read it correctly, Daryl. Castletown does give the impression. I thought winning over the 14s is probably doing them a favour.
Yes, Clyde, no surprise. I mean, he's by Silvana out of a 4-wood mare, so it's no surprise to see him improving with racing and getting better with age. Super impressive victory last time out. But you have to go back to that run behind William Robertson, where you got the likes of Sound of Summer 4 kilograms better off for a length and a quarter beating. On paper, Sound of Summer has to be the right horse, but Castletown was super impressive last time out. For me, I'm not going to separate the two of them, Clyde. The horse that can finish thereabouts is number 1, Sovereign Spirit. Now, please take note, he's been fitted with blinkers. He's having his first run on the half out with the blinkers, Clyde, and there's no doubt his best form has been with them equipped. So would be of no surprise to see him win. But at the race does lie between Castletown and Sound of Summer. Okay,
it's interesting. We're going to show Castletown's last run. I think you're right. Sound of Summer, utmost respect. Nothing wrong with him on the inside track. But Castletown, perhaps this distance. Let's firstly the betting. I mean the bet on the tote. We're going to put our code up and take this jackpot. This is this between you guys, or is it one of you that's doing this jackpot, Daryl?
This is a joint effort, Clyde.
Joint effort. 3 and 6 the first leg. So naturally, both have to go in. Sound of Summer and Castletown by 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. By 1, 2, 8 and 1, 2, 7, 9 at the back. It's 120 Rand pot, that, starting up right now. We're going to show you the last time Castletown came to the races. Let's take you to the screen. Watch Castletown's in the pink colours. That's the horse to watch out for. And you can focus on Castletown as he starts to move up along the inside and does eventually get the better of the field. You'll see how well he does move. Barney's Pride is there with Ballon d'Or in the race as well. You'll notice a few in here that have certainly got some sort of chances past the 150 metre mark, but Castletown does gain the advantage in the closing stages, goes on to win by a good couple of lengths. That's Castletown winning impressively and the one to beat. Welcome back to Waiter to Win, race number 6. We're at Turffontein. If you've just joined us, race 6 does run at the top of the hour, 3 o'clock, coming in hot as the favourite, number 1 on the card, and is currently priced up, or was at 5 to 2. Second choice, number 2, Corvette Captain, at 28 to 10. When we were doing the recording, not much movement in the market. 4 to 1 about number 6, Stevie Moffat's horse, and 5 to 1 about Paul Peters' horse. I know, Darren, you like Baby Don't Hurt Me.
This is my value bet on the card, Clyde. Now, she's had the 2 comeback runs. Her rating is down from an 80 to a 66. But she ran last week. She was drawn on the wrong side of the course. She got run out of it the final 200 meters. Her rating's now down another 5 points since her last run last week. She comes into the race from a 1 draw. Peter Kennedy, they can't do anything wrong at the moment. I think she's good value at 5 to 1.
Good price, Daryl. You agree with that?
Clyde, at the rating, she certainly has to be taken seriously. I think she's joint best weighted over here, and I do expect much better from her. I think this race is tailor-made for her. I think I found a little bit of a roughie, number 3, Cross Examiner. Now, he needed his comeback run in the soft. Last time out, he contested a graduation plate with an average merit rating of 83. He ran above his rating. He's back on the inside track. He can just slot in behind Baby Don't Hurt Me. Samanga Kamala having his peak run. I expect much better on his behalf. He's going to be in the placings, Clyde. And then coming in hot, I mean, that stable is coming in hot at the moment. Since being fitted with a tongue tie, he's a different animal. He's in cracking form. 6 furlongs on the inside track. He might be caught for speed, but he'll be doing his best work late. Could possibly get there in time, Clyde. You never know. That stable's firing.
Okay, I like your outside here, Cross Examiner. Any price, 14 to 1 for the Philip Labaskachny stable, and Samanga Kamalo's riding them home too. Baby Don't Hurt Me, though, is the one from Darren's side, and he says, let's do this, guys, each way. We're going to show you what happened to Baby Don't Hurt Me last time. Let's go and have a look at the rerun quickly, and you'll notice this in the hyper paint colours right down the inside of the track in the red, right down there. That's the horse to watch, and does run all on its own, does Baby Don't Hurt Me. And you'll notice all of the action is up on the outside of the track. This is where Integrate in the Solibana colours and the black sleeves and the yellow cap, and Pindim Zala's there, Twice as Wild, Esquirel. They were all in this race. Letitia's Angel. There are a few written in stone. Baby Don't Hurt Me right down the inside. You see all on its own. And I suppose with no company, perhaps going around the turn, there may be a bit of value to be had here. On to race 7 now. Reg runner number 8 on the card is the 2 to 1 favourite. Second choice at the time of recording, number 1 Constable, 3 to 1, and then 7 to 2, number 4 Mathis, with 4 to 1 about the 2 Tuscan Winter. But Johan Janssen van Vuuren's got 2 of the 4 in terms of the top of the boards. Darren Burrows in Cape Town with us. Let's talk about the race. I like Reg runner. Just want to get your opinion on the horse, Darren.
Well, Ridge Runner last time out ran second in a juvenile plate behind Mercantor. The third placed runner was Boisterous, got beat odds on during the week. The fourth placed horse was Niali Beach, got beat odds on during the week. So the form line hasn't been franked. For that reason, I'm looking towards horses like Constable. I know he's a better 1,000-meter horse, but given a patient ride, I think he can finish his race off well. Tuscan Winter, watch him go to the start. He can move a bit scratchy, but on his day is capable. And the best of the rest, Sound of Hounds and Mathis.
Yeah. Tell me, Daryl, we're paying for all of those reminders Darren just took us through now, eh?
Yeah.
We're still paying for that. It'll take a while to pay that
we're
off.
We're paying it off, Clyde, yeah. But you know that it's easy to talk afterwards, but Niali Beach didn't move well down to the start. I think she's got her issues, to be quite honest, Clyde. I won't be following her in the future. I'm done with her. Ridge Runner, he's obviously a lightly raced 2-year-old. He comes into this graduation plate best weighter, Clyde, and one has to believe he's still got more to offer. So it looks like he could be the right horse, but like Darren touched on, the form line is not holding up, and that has to be a big concern.
Yeah.
Now, Constable, he's taken on much stronger in the past. He's got enough early toe to overcome that wide draw. I'm not really concerned about that. Second in that race was It's About Time. He came out and ran second. I think that certainly puts him into contention over here. And all hinges on number 2, Tuscan Winter, how he moves down to the start. If he's in contention, turn him for home, because we've seen the turn of foot he possesses, Clyde. If he's feeling well on the day and he's moving extremely well, he could blow them out the water inside the final furlong.
All right, let's get our bets up. Race 7. You've heard it from both sides. You know what you want to do now, I hope. Well, the quartet recommendation is all of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. Those are the 5. Not a big field. We're a little bit uncertain about the race, but we're taking quartets, right, Daryl?
Yeah, Clyde, just to take note with regards to number 8, Ridge Runner, he is in for the Grade 2 Umkamazi Stakes on Gold Cup Day.
Yeah. Okay, well, I thought he was above average, but there are a few anomalies. So let's work it out. Race 7, what time are we running? 25 to 4. Welcome back. Lovely to have you with us. Let's get on to the next race now and have a look at our Turffontein 8th. It's the final leg of the jackpot. This is a classified stakes. I'll just quickly go to the market, give you an idea when we were recording the show what we were doing or what the market was saying to us. And it's also Ansfield's Rocket, 2-1 favourite. Second choice, number 2, the McQuackers at 5-1 with the 8 horse, or the 9 horse, I beg your pardon. Letitia's Angel at 5-1. 7.5-1 about number 5, Into the Future. And then 8-1 about the 7, Roger the Dodger. So, Darren, from a market perspective, they're leaning heavily towards Ansfield's Rocket, but will that change race time?
Well, he does look the horse to beat. You know, he is a 2-year-old. He's a recent maiden winner, but just the manner in which he won his maiden in this type of company, he can follow up. But we've chosen to cover him. The McWhackers is 3 from 4 course and distance. So take note of that from a 1 draw. He loves it out here. He should run well. And Letitia's Angel, off her current rating, she should be very competitive.
Interesting race. Anfield Rocket, the right one?
Clyde, he could be anything. You know that his dam in the UK won over a mile in 1800. Out of a Galileo mare, could love the step up in trip and possibly go further in time to come. You have to be super impressed with his turn of foot that he's shown today, Clyde. But he does try the bend. He's trying the 6 furlongs for the first time. Let's see how he goes. But he certainly could be anything, Clyde. Like I say, I'm leaning towards number 7, Roger the Dodger. Now, I think you can put a line through his last start. He choked up. They're now tying his tongue. He's having his third run off the Lauf. His penultimate start, he finished alongside the likes of Integrate, who came out and ran a place and then won. So the form line has been franked. And I think there's a lot in his favour today. Letitia's Angel, she's dropped from a 94 to a 62. And off her current rating, she's only £1 out with the best weighted over here. So she's weighted to run a decent race. I just don't think she's in the same class as the likes of Anfield Rocket and even Roger the Dodger. So for me, the value Roger the Dodger, but healthy respect for the favourite Anfield Rocket.
Yeah, and Anfield Rocket does interest me. Well, you'll know by now if Rich Runner's won or not. And that was Captain Persia came out and won from that line. It's strong. Let's have a look at the tote. This is what the guys are recommending we do. We take the trifectas, and it'll cost us 24 Rand a time, whatever you want to spend or how many you want to take. 1, 2, 7, and 9. We're on to the 9th and final. Welcome back, and hope it has been a good day for you. Race 9's a 14.50 on the inside track. We're Silly Fella, number 9 on the card. I think Daryl Marie mentioned it earlier that Fani Bronco right now, all systems go. Stable's been on fire the last week or two. Gavin Larena, when we recorded, had the ride and is the dominating favourite. Number 5, Windsock's the second choice at 9-2. Lulu's Boy, there's no money, wasn't any early money, gone 6-1 and then 10-1 bar 3. Silly Fella, can we go in here, Darren?
Well, he is overdue his next victory. You know, he's been close up in his last 5 starts from a 1 draw. He should take all the beating. But Windsock, you know, he came to Paul Peter's stable with no form and he improved lengths. Last time out, I thought an unlucky loser. He didn't have the clearest of passages. And then a horse like Seaways. Now, he's been disappointing, but he is 3 from 6 over course and distance, and he showed glimpses of a return to form last time out, improving to only get beat 3 lengths. So Seaways can't be ignored, and the best of the rest, Lulu's Boy.
Interesting. There's not much separating Windsock, obviously, and Silly Fella. And Seaways is our horse. So it's starting to find form now.
Yes, Clyde, my concern with Seaways is the ground's very hard, and to get them start and finish from the back of the field, it takes a mighty effort. Clyde, I really think Silly Fella is one of the, well, I'm not going to say the best bets on the card because he's going to take a power beating. I know Windsock holds him on form and at the weights, but the switch to the 14.50 on the inside track from the stand side mile is certainly in his favour. He's got the consistency, he's got the draw, the stable's in red hot form, Gavin's riding at the top of his game. I think this is very close to being the number in the frame. In my opinion, he will reverse that form with Windsock. I think the danger could come from Catch the Green Lights. Pacifiers go back in trip. We've seen him turn it on in the past. He just has to be in contention, turning for home, and he could run into the money. But I'll be ending the day off on a high with Silly Fella.
Will this horse drift, Daryl, in your opinion?
I don't think it certainly won't drift, Clyde. I think he'll trade in his current region.
I don't know. Do you want to be taking 2-1, 22-10 Silly Fella? Do you?
I will be taking some.
Do you?
Yes, thank
Okay,
you,
so you're
Clyde.
bullish, eh?
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, there you heard it. That's the 9th and final. This is what we're doing on the totes. We, whilst strong on Silly Fella, we're taking the trifectas 2, 5, 6, 7, 9 boxed.